And hello everybody, my name is NikoTheLegend, also known as the well-mannered teenager and the snowflake still, even though it still feels like summer heat is still blooming hard in Florida, with a hurricane on the way, so I better do this video before all my power goes out. I'm just kidding, I'll be okay, right? So today we're going to be talking about something, right? Something interesting to talk about, maybe, up to you, to me, a little bit. Could Anthem be BioWare's redemption for Andromeda? That's what it is. Whoa, there's so many thoughts rushing through your head right now. What could Nico be possibly about to talk about? Whoa, the Anthem's redemption for Andromeda? I don't know. That's what I think. Okay, so this article right here basically is naming some points about how Andromeda, we all know, was abysmal, crappy, poor execution, was not the game we were looking for, was definitely not the game anybody was looking for, or the game that anybody was asking about. When I mean asking about, I'm talking about the way it was presented and executed. No one was asking for an open world Mass Effect. No one. Was there really anybody? I mean, I think, hello? Anybody? No? Okay, I don't think so. Maybe Dragon Age Inquisition worked out better, but not Mass Effect Andromeda. So anyway, we all know how terrible Andromeda was with its bugs, glitches, lack of story, gameplay, blah, blah, blah. Animations being the key taker there. And no DLC put on hiatus. So, and we all know Anthem is BioWare's big coup de grace. You know, the Taste of the Resistance, the last stand. This is literally the last stand for BioWare. I mean, I would think, and I think you would think the same thing, because there hasn't been anything else out from BioWare besides some updates for the Old Republic, which is still going, by the way, which I'm happy about because I love the Old Republic. But there has been nothing else. Just rumors about Dragon Age 4. Nothing really concrete. Still some things here and there. I mean, you can say that there has been proof that there's not just rumors, but you know, we haven't seen any gameplay footage. We haven't seen anything BioWare has been talking about truly too much about it. So, with that in mind, all we had before that was Andromeda, and that was, like I said, just a terrible, puts a terrible taste in your mouth, and it really has you hate BioWare and anything EA releases. And obviously the same year we had Battlefront 2 coming out, which was also another big EA release, and that flopped the dong real hard. And I only managed to get to 56 hours of playtime before I got bored of the game because no one wanted to play with me. It's boring playing those big online shooters by your fucking self. It really is. But this year I feel like they're going to be coming around. I might go back into it. So, and other things that BioWare is doing, we got Anthem. Anthem, huge open world action RPG game that they've been just I don't want to be so derogatory, but you know, so putting everything, all hands on deck on. They've been putting all hands on deck on this game, all the resources, no bullshit. They've been advertising the hell out of it. They've been doing alpha testing, well, we're not at beta testing yet. And the game comes out, I believe, February 22nd of 2019. This game was announced, I think, last year, I believe, or yeah, last year. And it was interesting at first, but then we got to realize, I'm like, maybe when we watched this video of the first time that this game was ever introduced, we thought to ourselves that, wasn't this supposed to be like Andromeda? Wasn't Andromeda supposed to be this? More in-depth of like the characters and like story, a more personal approach. I know it's like first person in the city, and then it goes to third person, whatever, it doesn't matter. And then you're just able to freely explore this huge, densely populated planet with jungles, monsters, caves, whatever. There's a lot of brush, there's a lot of people, there's a lot of, you know, weather patterns, you know, you get the idea. And yeah, it was interesting to see. But then we realized, and then we started seeing things like, oh, it's gonna be like a Destiny loot grabber. You know, it's like it's always online. You have a main HUD, and then you go out and you kill monsters with your friends and stuff. I mean, to me, there's nothing wrong with that. Absolutely, I love doing that. I like playing Destiny. I like that aspect about Destiny. Diablo is like that as well. Diablo 3 sadly was always online. I know a lot of people didn't want that, but Diablo 3 is like that as well. It's got a main hub. I said HUD, I'm sorry, hub, and then you go out and venture with your friends. And Anthem is like that, but this is the problem. No one asked for a game like this. No one asked for a game like this from BioWare. And trust me, if it was just BioWare making games and it wasn't co-owned or mainly owned by EA, they would even have made a shitty Andromeda, for one. They would have never made Anthem to begin with. Anthem would not have been on their thing. Old Republic probably wouldn't have existed either. Although, if you read some Game Informer magazines, I think they've always wanted to do an MMO of Star Wars. Ridiculous. But at the same time, it's just something that no one asked for. You know, we wanted Knights of the Republic 3, we wanted proper Mass Effect 4, and no Anthem. So, this is why I have a problem with this redemption, like Anthem. Anthem is a completely different beast. It's completely 180 of what BioWare is meant to do. And that also is a big deal to me, because this is something that this is new territory. They're getting their sea legs. Like I said, all hands on deck. I don't know how many freaking boat pirate references I'm going to make. But at the same time, all hands on deck, they're also walking the plank at the same time, because anything EA has produced, has published, has put a huge dent in BioWare. Like I said, just Battlefront. I think Battlefront 2 and Mass Effect Andromeda were like the biggest ones. And financially, productively, it's fucked over BioWare big time. So this is why a lot of people don't see Anthem as being that successor, the thing that makes us forget about our most beloved franchise, sci-fi franchise of all time. And you can argue that it is the best sci-fi franchise of all time. It literally has broken new grounds countless times. And, you know, like I said, so there are a few points here, right? You know, like, there's no other news about, Mass Effect and Dragon Age, although Casey Hudson's like, well, we have people who want to work on this, or we are working on it, but and nothing concrete, as vague as that sounded. So, it's clear that they want a complete product on release. They want something, they want a huge package, they want to give you the whole $60 worth, whatever the fuck you want to call it, okay? Free story-related DLC. I don't know if this is redemption from Andromeda being like, oh, whoa, look what we did, whoops. Cosmetic items for players, that's another thing that they, that you could look forward to. But see, that's another thing, cosmetic items. Just microtransactions. It's like, I know the Old Republic has plenty of cosmetic items, and they have the cartel marketplace, which is like, I guess it's okay, and it doesn't boost you in any way. None of the stuff really. It's based on level a lot in that game. A lot of adaptive gear, which means is that you put in the stats, you put in the modifications into it to make it good. It just doesn't give you a automatically good weapon. And I believe it'd be like this for Anthem as well, which a game that's always online, it would make sense. But if they keep adding stuff to like their store and all that, then how much good loot are we gonna want to get and find in the actual game? That's the problem. It's like this is a loot grabbing game. The more loot stuff we can buy, the more people don't want to go out and get some cool looking stuff. Now, like I said, cosmetic wise, stat base, yeah, there's a different motivation there. But you see what happened with Diablo 3 with its auction house. Look how that messed up Diablo 3, like huge. Nobody really wanted to go out and adventure anymore. They just wanted to be at the auction house. Also, another thing with Anthem, the lead writer, Drew Karpyshyn, is gone, who's worked on a bunch of BioWare books, a bunch of BioWare games. So he's gone. So I don't know who the new lead writer is. Hopefully it's not the lead writer back in Andromeda, because that lady was virtually raped on GTA Online, and she was a newbie novice. She was terrible, and we got to see the result. She was terrible. But she was a third string quarterback. So what do you expect? Or fourth string when abandoned ship. Oh, kitty alert. Okay, you can hang out, cat. So with me, guys, like I said, with all this stuff happening and how desperate they are to making this such a popular game, I mean, I don't know. My answer is still, I don't know. Like, what do you guys think? Do you think it's going to redeem Andromeda for all its flaws, for all the things that it's done to gamers, to the brand of BioWare, to the brand of EA? I mean, anything owned by EA is always just going to turn into one giant shitstorm anyway. We've seen it with Ultima. We've seen it with Visceral Games. We've seen it with, like I said, the Visceral Games Star Wars project. We've seen it with Dead Space being dead. We've seen Battlefield Hardline. That wasn't even that great. So, and Battlefront 2, and then Mass Effect Andromeda. So, I don't know. It's just bad. Personally, I'm not going to get this game when it comes out on day one. I don't care what they say, how good it is, or whatever. I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait and see. Because I think this is just the smartest approach that anybody should take. I don't think anybody should go in not knowing what it took to make this game and what it's trying to do. Like, I have a problem when a company is trying to erase the memory of how shitty your previous game was. Just live with it, take the hit, and try to redeem yourself, This is not, to me, this is not the right way to do it. This is like, collecting in. You lost a handful of cards and you're playing 52 pickup right now. You don't have to do that. Just leave the cards on the floor and someone else will pick it up for you, right? Pick up the pieces for you. I don't know, but I just believe that this is going to be a flip of a coin. I don't know. Best 2 out of 3. They struck out. You could say they struck out twice now. Maybe even 3 times, because a lot of people didn't like Inquisition. A lot of people didn't like Mass Effect 3's ending. I know why. I am one of those people that hated it in the beginning. Well, not hated it. I just didn't understand the ending at all, and then they fixed it, and I like that. But it still didn't do justice. The damage was done. And then we got Anthem coming out. And also, yeah, Andromeda was Strike 2, or Strike 3, and then you could say Inquisition was Strike 2. Whatever. Look at that. I'm getting confused because I'm petting a cute little furry kitty. So, guys, if I didn't list anything worth mentioning, I do apologize about that. But that is all for this video. Let me know what you guys think down below on Anthem redeeming Andromeda. Like I said, I personally don't think it's going to do it. I think it's just going to piss people off even more. I mean, people are probably... I've seen the comments you guys have posted, which I appreciate, but I've seen the frustration. I've seen what you guys have been talking about, and I appreciate that, and it does mean a lot, and hopefully sometime down the road, EA will actually give a shit about what we have to say, not what they want to do. So anyway, I have been your host, NikoTheLegend. Also, sadly, the Pathfinder that is still trying to find light in this darkness. Anyway, you take care, guys. Enjoy the